'Tis the season for one particularly tasty and treasured Christmas tradition. As Rocca explains, it's a wrap.
The holidays are a time for wrapping presents, wrapping houses in Christmas lights, and for the Ruizes of Austin, Texas, like so many Mexican-American families at Christmas time,
Come to make tamales!
wrapping tamales. For the past 46 years, without fail, the family has gathered to wrap pork or beans in the cornflour dough known as masa.
It's chili time!
This year, I just happened to be in the neighborhood.
I hope there's a lot of food because I'm moving in.
Okay!
A tamale-making party
Hi, Mo.
Hi.
is known as a tamalada.
She seems to be expressing more frustration.
Well, she's got 4 children.
Cousins Carmen, Ruth, Esther, and Yoli grew up loving their grandmother's tamales. But their grandmother passed away in 1971, leaving no recipe behind. So the women turned to an elderly aunt, but she hadn't written down the recipe either.
We frustrated her to no end that first time because we were like, don't put that in there. We're going to measure it first. Yeah, everything she did, we measured. And that's how we came up with the recipe.
3 generations of sisters, nieces, mothers, and daughters travel from all over the country for the 2-day reunion.
Everything gets talked about. We gossip a lot when we're together.
Birth announcement.
Birth announcement. Guess who's engaged?
Yeah, who's gotten divorced. You don't really know about it until you get here and they say, oh, by the way.
It might sound fun, and it is, but there are rules.
Wow, the bylaws.
The bylaws.
All written down.
This is kind of like the Tamalada Talmud. All members must attend both days.
Yes.
Reminder, if you invite your guest to sit at the table, give up your chair and you can sit behind her.
There's a pecking order, too. Seniority determines how many tamales members can take home.
We've kind of adjusted a lot of our rules. I know they seemed kind of silly and kind of harsh to some of the younger
But you
group.
know what? You don't learn unless you commit.
Okay, so what is my task here?
Just spread.
Oh, it's just like spackling. ¿Cómo se dice spackling en español?
Spackle. No.
It's probably just espackle.
Tamales originated in Mesoamerica, what is modern-day Mexico and Central America, over 7,000 years ago. They were holiday favorites back then, too, given as offerings to the gods during special occasions. And it was a special occasion that brought us to San Antonio's historic Market Square. At the recent Gran Tamalada, tamales were in abundance.
What kind of a bean are you?
I'm a tamale.
Oh, you're a tamale. Somebody said you were a bean.
A tamale is not carved in stone. So it's whatever your taste buds are. Hey, let's try this one or let's try that one.
Professor Ellen Riojas Clark is an expert on tamales. She says tamales were the first grab-and-go meal.
You don't need a fork, you don't need a spoon, you don't need anything except your hands. Hold the tamale, push it up, and you eat it. And so, yes, it's the first portable food that the hunters would take on their trips.
This year, the Ruiz family made 300 dozen tamales. Yes, those are tamales. They'll enjoy them through the year. But it's the tradition of making them together at Christmas time that fills the tamalada with meaning.
Family traditions tend to die off when the head of the family is gone and children live in separate towns and, they don't have a reason to get together. And this was sort of our reason to get together.